Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode, oh goodness, this 10?
Wow, one less, one less.
9. Okay, we're almost at the 10. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we're close. You're jumping the gun a little bit to 10.
Man, I'm just so excited to hit 10, it's milestone.
Well, we might not have 10 viewers, but we're about to have 10 episodes.
Hey, that's all that matters. There might be a special location for number 10 too.
Right? You never know. You never know.
I'm just saying, hey, been never know.
Right? But all, have you had a good week?
It's been decent, probably better than yours, to be completely frank, but
Yeah, it's all
uh,
right. Hey, I'm looking
uh,
forward to a great weekend with you. We get to hang out in St. Louis.
yeah, I'm looking forward to getting down there and I've been looking forward to this for a while. So
Yeah,
it,
me too. It should be a
we,
fun one.
yeah, we can have the boys and check out Busch Stadium and
Maybe drink a little Bush.
possibly tour the factory.
Right? Yeah, yeah, that's right there. Bush feels like it's right there too.
DraftKings headquarters are right there. Maybe check out a Bass Pro. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's probably more up my alley than yours, but
Right, I don't know. So I feel like we're gonna have a better weekend than the Twins had this weekend, though.
I would agree. Get us started with that because we talked before the All-Star break about how the series with the Rockies can really spring us forward and get us to believe again. Well, I don't really know how to explain what happened, but one word, disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't what it needed to be. Like you had to win that series. Like Twins became the first visiting team to lose a series against the Rockies this year. When you do that, and it's the end. Like teams have played 100 games already, so it's just one of those series you can't lose. And like in the position you are now, you got to start winning series, especially going into now you're gonna have to play the Dodgers.
Right? Playing out in LA right now. I just checked the score. They're up 3-0 in the second inning, but I mean, a lot of game left, so never know with our team. But
Right. I don't know. One thing, like, yeah, it's been pretty disappointing, but one thing I think is something to look at with some optimism is Royce Lewis. I feel like at least has a swagger back. He had 2 home runs in the closing game against the Rockies. He stole a base, first stolen base of the year, and I think that's just something you love to see.
yeah, for someone as pure and as talented as Royce, baseball's a streaky game, and if you're able to get someone like Royce going, Royce is as talented as anybody else in the league, and for him, it's just about putting it together. Staying healthy and putting it together. Byron Buxton finally did that this past year, and he's having an incredible season. It's almost kind of like that situation with Buxton. If he stays healthy and he has his swagger, he's going to be a great ball player. And we're starting to see, another glimpse of why Royce Lewis is such a special player right now.
Yeah, because I think it's also imperative. Like he's just getting out of the time where, for the first time probably in his life, baseball's hard. And like he didn't excel at the game of baseball. And like what Royce's appeal is that he's a 5 tool player. So when he's able to show all 5 tools, that's when he's at his best. And I think it's less that he did steal a base. Like, yeah, it's 90 feet, but I think it's what it represents just means so much more to Twins fans.
Mm. Yeah, don't get me wrong, stealing a base is still a very tough thing to do in the MLB. Um, so seeing him having the confidence to go, and his coaches that said, no, let's see if we can get Royce going a little bit here. And it's like the coaching staff to give him the confidence or have the confidence in him, which is just going to give him more confidence, and he'll be able to excel. Because once you believe in yourself, that's half the battle right there.
Right, exactly. And I think he had a meeting with Rocco at some point during the series with the Rockies. Like they didn't say what was talked about, but I'd assume that was part of the discussion topic. So I think it's good to see that out of him, and hopefully they can propel us to more upheaval. But I wonder too, it's trade deadline's looming, and who's gonna be? with the Twins come that August push.
Right. I mean, knowing our owners, unfortunately, I feel like they're gonna send Bucks, and I mean, ex-Bucks has no trade clauses. So I mean, I feel good about that, but I could see us sending Joe Ryan somewhere, and or unfortunately Duran. I don't want it to happen, but I could very well see our front office making a move. And you have a bad season. What we do? I mean, I don't believe he's in a contract year right now. He's still fairly young. He's been nothing but lights out. So, I feel like, a lot of our pitching staff is fairly young right now. We just need to keep them together moving forward, yeah, so he's not in a contract year right now, as I just saw here. So
Right. I think it's
I feel better about that, but still, you just never know with our front office.
right. I think it's hard to like completely blow it up because the team, like the guys you probably would send to blow it up are so young that they'd still be there by the time you're rebuilding. It's not like you're trading older rental guys. Like you
Mhm.
don't have a lot of those guys. Like what we got Joe Ryan through Nelly Cruz. Like we don't have a Nelly Cruz on this team per se.
Right.
Maybe Carlos, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's not a lot of old guys to trade off to start a rebuild.
Right. I mean, I feel like as an organization, we're still starting to enter, I guess, the time where we're going to be able to start making pushes here. I mean, things aren't going our way right now, but I mean, we win a few games here, we get hot. Things have t turned dramatically, and I mean, I mean, think about next year too. I mean, we get hot to start of that year. I mean, with a young team, I mean, things could be looking up.
I think this is probably the floor of where the Twins would be at this point in the year with the roster that they do have. I think it's
Right.
just a lot of things have gone wrong for the Twins to reach this point, and I think it's not necessarily blowing it. Like, I still think you keep the team intact for a shot at next year.
Right.
Unless you want to sell high on a guy or two, like I think that would be the only reason to justify some trades. That's just my opinion. Like they still have a couple like a trade deadline's July 31st.
Hmm.
So they have some wiggling room and I don't think they'll be like for sure sellers. They're kind of in that weird middle ground and that's almost the worst spot to be.
Right. If we were sellers at this point, I mean, we'd be shooting for prospects, but prospects are so hard to kind of really base what you want off of because, I mean, every future major leaguer does well in the minors. That's just the reality of it.
Hmm.
Um, Draft picks, I mean, you can't count on draft picks. Just with how many rounds there are in the MLB, I mean, if you're trading for draft picks, you're pretty dang desperate, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, because one, you can't even trade for like the good draft picks. It's be competitive balances at the end of each round. Like, there's just too much of a crapshoot and like doesn't help your team win enough, I don't feel like. So it's a lot harder to I don't think it's we're in a spot where it's like it'd be a really slow rebuild if the Twins start now and like
Yeah.
trade Joe Ryan, Duran, Griffin Jacks. Like it's just kind of a slow rebuild if you get rid of those guys. I saw one person asking the Twins to rebuild and they listed off like five people to trade and like all of them are would be there like at the end of the rebuild. So it's like that kind of defeats the purpose of the rebuild. Like you have
Right.
more in place.
Mm,
I guess if you want to train maybe a Pablo, a Carlos, but
right.
then you're selling low on those guys.
Right.
And I know people who like to do that, but that's kind of not a successful model to build a major league team. But
Mm,
hopefully they can put it around because like Emilio Pagan, like the players know, like Emilio Pagan said it for the Reds, like we got to start winning games so the front office doesn't make us sellers.
right. Yeah, I mean, you kind of said it here a little bit earlier. I mean, the roster we have right now, I mean, this is kind of the floor with the talent we have and how young we are. I mean, don't have a lot of guys, in contract years. And I mean, things have been, let's be honest, it's been pretty crappy. And crap's been hitting the fan, I feel like. And I mean, we're still, I mean, field games behind 500. We're still second, third in our division right now. I mean, we get hot here, things change real quick.
No, absolutely. Like we're definitely not completely out of it. We're not the White Sox. We're not the Rockies. We
Mhm.
can't beat them, but we're not the Rockies.
All right. We're playing the Dodgers right now. Obviously, Dodgers, they've been in power for as long as I can remember, anyways.
Right, exactly. But like sometimes you just got to be in position. It's not like we're only 4.5 games out of a playoff spot.
Mhm.
So it's like that's definitely an area where you still in position if you do get hot,
Mhm.
that you're still there. Like, yeah, we're kind of buried, but why not us?
Mhm. Yeah, then I look at our schedule after this Dodgers series, and we come home to play the Nationals in a 3-game series, and that is going to be a very, I'd say we're favored in almost every one of those games. Nationals are 41 and 60 right now. I mean, winning that would be huge, obviously. Then we have a tough series with the Red Sox there, which I always feel like, the Red Sox are just one of those teams, kind of like the Yankees in a way that we just can't kind of get over the hump against them.
Yeah, speaking of the Red Sox, we got to see Rafi Devers play first base for the Giants. I'm sure they'll all love that, all the Red Sox fans. But like, I don't know, it's like you got to start winning series, got to start winning games. It'll be interesting to see who becomes buyers and sellers at the trade deadline.
Right. And we're in a spot you don't really want to be in. So,
Yeah. I think, but yeah, I also will say this. I feel like you see a lot less overpay, a lot less movement at the trade deadline for the rentals.
mm,
I mean, yeah, we like talked about Nelly Cruz. I feel like that's kind of the last, like, yeah, you don't see a lot of that nowadays. So I don't
mm,
know if that's analytics doing that or teams just trust who they have in their organization.
right. That's a very interesting point you make there. Never really thought about that.
But Dalton, is there something that really impressed you this weekend in the world of baseball?
Uh, that guy out in Atlanta, that Acuna Jr. guy. Holy cow! That reminded me of Yoenis Cespedes. Some of the throws he made.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
what was that from a warning track in right field to, on the dot and to third base, and even the third base coach didn't know what to do.
Yeah, and he like didn't. He was so they were so shocked by the ball being there, they just didn't slide.
Right?
And shout out to the Yankees fans who were like, iconic plays don't count if the runner doesn't slide.
No, no. Okay.
Not like Derek Jeter doesn't have one of the most iconic plays where the guy doesn't slide of all
Right.
time. But that's besides the point. That might be the greatest throw I've ever seen.
I
Like,
would very much agree that.
because like when I first watched it, I thought he like arced it in there. I was like,
uh,
yeah, that's pretty cool. But like it's pretty low. It's like a seed.
it doesn't get much more than 30 feet off the ground there. I mean, it
No,
was
one of, if not the first throw of over 300 feet in the Statcast era.
wow.
So yeah, it's an absolute rocket. It's Bo Jackson throwing out Harold Reynolds. It's Jose Guillen and at Coors Field. Roberto
Mhm.
Clemente has a really good clip of him throwing it. It's like nobody just does that. Nobody has that arm strength, and he just does stuff like this.
Right.
And
Oh,
he just has these tools.
another interesting thing to note there too is he didn't really crow hop or step into that much either. That was pure just catch the ball, almost like you're spinning and
Yeah.
off of 1 foot essentially.
Yeah.
Just like a normal throw, and I mean that was pure arm.
Yeah, he caught it behind him too. He like
Right.
basket caught it and just turned and yeah, he did like it just looks so effortless.
Uh-huh.
I
I
would have
mean,
loved to have seen him in the home run derby. I mean, I'm sure the people of Atlanta were a little disappointed, but he had a sore back, couldn't do it. Matt
right.
Olson did it instead, but man, that's one of the most impressive throws I've ever seen.
I mean, that type of throw reminds me. I don't know if you remember a field trip growing up going to the Twins game when Trevor Bauer was warming up for the Cleveland Indians, throwing from corner to corner.
Yep.
And I mean, he was popping plenty into it. For
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
all
No
right,
hop, no nothing.
yeah, this is. All right, I'm going to catch it, do a quick half spin, and just huck it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
And, I mean, it was right on the bag. It was. I don't think he could
Trevor
do that.
Bauer just hawked one off the mound one time just for the funsy of it.
That's true. And over the center field fence,
Trevor Bauer was the most interesting man in the MLB.
I would agree.
But yeah, this is can't say enough things about this throw by Ronald Acuna.
That's just insane. I
Yeah,
mean, you said that might have been the greatest throw we've ever seen in
right.
baseball.
Right, it's incredible. Dalton football season has pretty much officially started. 26 teams are reporting to training camp, and by the end of the week here, all of them will be reported to training camp. And Dalton, I'm very, very, very excited for that.
I'm probably the most excited I've been for a fall for this fall in many years. I'm so excited for this season. I mean, NFL in general. I mean, it's going to be there's a lot of really good teams this year. I mean, I feel like that any team, a lot of teams, could just as much. I mean, I don't feel like there's a clear top dog right now. I mean, it's obviously early, but looking at all the off seasons, I mean, this is going to be probably the most fun-filled NFL season we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know who is going to be up there, and I think, but it's like you know who's going to be up there, and I think there's quite a few teams that are going to be up there, so I think that's what makes it the most exciting. And like, there hasn't been too many injuries yet, knock on wood, obviously early into the process now, but like not many carryover injuries or anything. Like
Mhm.
that will be good, and like sounds like Darrisaw might not even be on the PUP list, any of those guys, so that would be a good benefit, nice reward to have in there because believe it or not, left tackles are pretty valuable in the NFL.
Yeah, especially with a young quarterback and JJ McCarthy, he can use his backside being protected by a mammoth like Darisaw.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I mean, I'm very excited for the Vikings. I think they've made the moves that they needed to make this offseason. And
Mhm.
even some of them they didn't need to make. They didn't make the moves they didn't need to make. They didn't need to re-sign Sam Darnold to a big extension. I felt like
Yeah, I agree.
they needed to sign interior offensive linemen, did that, and just overall get healthy. Re-signed Andrew Van Ginkel.
That was big. I'm a big fan of Gink, and that was probably my favorite re-sign of this past offseason here for the Vikings.
They're still going to be good. Like the Lions are going to get healthy, and like I
Right.
still they still have an unbelievable amount of talent on that team. Like
Mhm.
Packers are always going to be the Packers, and like eventually the Bears have to be decent, right?
For Caleb Williams, I mean, I've always kind of thought, this is probably the year that for second year quarterbacks, this is probably going to be the year that tells us a lot about them. Because, I mean, as a rookie, I mean, he had a typical rookie year. He struggled. You saw a lot of things he can improve on. So it'll be interesting to see the adjustments he made. And typically, as an organization, you see what you need to address in the offseason to help your young quarterback. So I'm interested to see what Chicago did there to help him out. And I mean, the NFC North's going to be stacked again this year.
They hired Ben Johnson. That's what they did to help him out.
That is true.
Like that was definitely one of the things that held Chicago back last year was the offensive play calling. So I feel like that's not going to be a problem this year. Get some line protection. They re-signed Ryan Pace, whether you liked it or not. He got his extension, so he's going to be there to architect the team for a while. And like, yeah, that's just the NFC North. Like, there's
Right.
seven other divisions. Like, AFC North is going to be really good.
Mhm.
Every division, I think, has a power in it besides maybe one or two.
Right. And I mean, you look at the NFC West too right now. Um, After the season that Sam Darnold had with Minnesota last year, he obviously signed a big contract with the Seahawks. And you throw in, I mean, the Rams are always going to be tough. Arizona, I mean, Kyler Murray, if he's healthy, I mean, he's gonna make the Cardinals a very tough team. And yeah, even that division's going to be tough. And I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun NFL season. Like, hopefully nobody gets hurt. We were going to have a fun one. I think it's going to be real competitive, and ultimately, it's going to end up with the Chiefs playing the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Probably, unfortunately. I would love to see, as much and as I hate Stephon Diggs just because of the way he was kind of deep at the end of his time with the Vikings, I would love to see the Bills knock the Chiefs off finally.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills, yeah, one of those teams, whether it be the Ravens, the
Oh,
Patriots,
Ravens,
even
Patriots,
like, it'd be
Steelers,
interesting who
yeah,
they'd root for. People would root for Stephon Diggs and the Patriots.
right.
I mean, it's like
Oh,
cool. And
I forgot he's on the Patriots now. Oh my goodness.
yeah, yeah, I mean, that was the whole controversy. OTAs, he was having a little more fun than OTAs.
Oh my goodness, I'm I'm behind a little bit there.
Yeah,
Oops.
it's all right. I mean, we didn't get anything for Diggs, did we?
Uh, I think we got the Justin Jefferson drift. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we did all right there.
Yeah, and yeah, I'd say he worked out. I mean, I'd say both teams kind of won that trade, if you ask me.
Yeah, for sure. And like the Bills, they just reintroduced their red helmets for the year.
Awesome.
Gonna wear
Yes.
the throwbacks too, like for the last year at Highmark. So
Mhm.
we're kind of seeing the era, like teams reintroduce their throwbacks, and like as someone, I love throwbacks.
I do too. I am a huge fan of throwbacks.
Do you have a favorite?
I always loved New England Patriots red jerseys.
The Pat Patriots. I think they
Yep.
announced they're gonna wear some of those this year.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. I would have. I don't know. I love those. I love Seattle's with the blue.
Oh, yep, that kind of
The
almost
Atlanta
gray
has
more.
the Atlanta with the red helmet. I'm not. I don't know. I don't love the creamsicles in Tampa Bay, but elite name, elite name.
I was also always a big fan of the OG Rams helmets,
Right.
those jerseys, and
But they started incorporating that more into their actual logo, which I think would be something really cool to see from the NFL is like old colors
mm,
and like old jersey designs with the new logos.
mm,
Because I feel like jerseys have gotten worse throughout time, but logos have gotten better. Like the Falcons logo got a lot better when it wasn't so dopey.
right.
So I think I would love to see that. Something like a reverse retro. I don't know. Like I'm
Mhm.
not going to charge any royalties if they start doing it.
Right. Well, yeah, like one of the traditional jerseys in NFL history, though, like I always compare like these guys to like the USC Trojans, and the fact that they're probably never going to change their uniforms no matter how much they age. And that's the Green Bay Packers. I mean, that's just kind of a iconic jersey, iconic logo, iconic helmet.
Right.
And
Like I don't know if it's just my eyes or like what it is, but when they play in Dallas, those jerseys just look so good in Dallas. I don't know what it is. Like
I feel like, I mean, every jersey looks good in Dallas.
I don't know. Theirs just looks immaculate there. I don't know if it's just the sunlight or whatever.
Mhm.
Plus, it's just funny watching the Cowboys lose, and they're
Yeah.
usually losing to the Packers. Sometimes in the funniest way possible, whether it
Mhm.
be blown out as a two seed or having a guy toe drag. I don't know. It's just I could talk to about jerseys for a while,
I feel like I could too.
but I don't know. I don't not the time or the place, I guess. Like maybe we'll do like a jersey ranking down the road.
Yeah. Speaking of jerseys, this particular team had quite a few jerseys. I don't think this team wore the same jersey for a single game last season. That was the Bemidji State Beavers, actually. I was able to talk to one of my sources up there. He lives in Ohio now, but he'd be willing to come on and go through some film with us and talk about that Bemidji State defense from last year. I mean, they were arguably one of the best defenses in all Division Two. I talked to him this past week, and he wants to come on and talk some football, and whether it's NFL, college, or even a little bit of high school. Kind of do some in-depth film stuff with us, which I thought was awesome. So stay tuned for getting Cade Barrett on here to maybe talk some defensive stuff. I mean, you and I are kind of offensive geniuses, but having a defensive guy would be pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure, especially like having it from the player's perspective, like that's something I just don't have much
Right.
in breaking it down. And I think no, that'll be something to look forward to and like something I'm very much looking forward to. Pick his brain a little bit on the D
Mhm.
line. Maybe know a little bit more on the back end, but I know he'll do very well, and he's very well spoken. I mean,
Mhm.
probably the best speaker in the Barrett family.
Probably a good number two, I'd say.
Sure, sure. We'll keep it that way. But I don't know. I don't know. I like BSing with Cade. But and Dalton, like kind of some other football news. The head of the NFLPA, Lloyd Howell, has resigned from his post. Uh, this isn't looking good for him. He's under investigation for some charges he made, mostly pertaining to adult entertainment used at the NFLPA's expense, and that's just not a great look. especially being the player's representative.
Damn. That's all I gotta say is damn.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. So it's like it's kind of highlighting the worst of the NFLPA, if you ask me. Like former players, a lot of former players for sure are coming out against it and like kind of sharing their horror stories with the NFLPA.
Mm. I've heard a lot of good and unfortunately a lot of bad about the NFLPA. I don't know. It's some players are definitely for it, and some others are. And you can hear stories out there against it. So
It all depends how they look at it, I guess, and like if they enjoy some of the tactics or not that the NFLPA employs, and like that could be a problem. Like, yeah, obviously, like you can't be doing this on the NFLPA's dime. Do that on your personal dime.
right,
Because Mr. Howell had already, his firm had already been in like multi-million dollar fraud cases, so it's not like he's been immune to this his entire life and like he's experienced this before and it sucks like he has to go put more people through this now.
yeah, dang. I mean, speaking of NFL, we had a very interesting person who retired today, the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, announcing he's hanging up today, as well as Phil Rivers. So,
And another Charger, Mike Williams, also hung it up this week. So it's like Philip Rivers, I could he just is officially retiring. Like I think
right.
he signed a 1 day with the Chargers, retired as a Charger.
Mhm.
Like he's been out of the league for a few years. I'm surprised like he's took him this long to officially retire.
Right,
But Tyrann Matthews and Mike Williams are much more of a surprise to me. Like they had relatively short careers. Tyrann Matthew, I think, is in his 12th, 13th season. Mike Williams, 7th, 8th season. So it's not like he's played like that super long time, but it's also weird that they do it now, like right at the start of training camp, like not
right.
during the end of the season.
Mm. I mean, it almost makes you think where if I mean the coaching staffs at on their particular teams they were with kind of said, "Hey, this is what we kind of see going forward here." And they might not have agreed with that what the coaches kind of thought, so that they decided, "All right, I mean, it's been in the back of my mind, but now let's just officially do it." I'm not gonna like my role here going forward necessarily, but still unfortunate. Two very very talented players, and
Yeah, I mean, I remember the Vikings a few years ago signed Terrence Newman, and then he retires the day final cuts were due.
all
So I have a feeling he may not have been on the right side of the cuts because I think he even like took a coaching role within the Vikings during that time.
all
I have a feeling he was asked to retire.
yeah,
And then you saw, yeah, I mean, it's neither guy are quite that Vontae Davis where he just said peace at halftime and quit and retired from the NFL.
right,
But I don't know. It's like good for those guys. Like I'm happy they've had successful careers off to the next chapter in life and going to be different without them in the league, like especially the Honey Badger.
right. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember too many players that you name or give them a nickname, and they are known directly as that nickname. I mean, you could almost walk up to any NFL fan and say, "Hey, who's the Honey Badger?" Oh, Tyrann Mathieu, of course.
Right.
And end of an era, I guess. I mean, these are the guys we were watching growing up, and it's kind of bittersweet when you think about it for us. But
Right. Like Pete growing up and watching like those guys, like when you can fully like comprehend football, like finally like can understand kind of what's going on without like knowing the good guys and the bad guys per se. Like I mean, obviously I've been devastated before when I had an earlier age. There's some funny stories there, but still, it's like yeah, you don't want to see. It makes us old.
it does make us feel old,
Or
unfortunately,
yeah,
even though we're 21 years old.
yeah. It's it happens. Life marches on, and
Yeah, life goes on. I mean, probably decided, we want to be dads, and can't blame them for that. Going to the next part of their life, and hopefully, creating a bigger impact. So,
hopefully, yeah, hopefully they move on to something that fulfills them in life, and like that's something you always worry about with these retired guys is what they're gonna do afterwards.
mm,
But I'm sure they have that next chapter in their life figured out.
mm. But yeah, they just felt the time was right, and we wish the best of them going forward. So,
Dalton, is there any training camp storylines you're going to keep your eye on here coming up and now that training camp is officially started?
I guess I haven't really looked too far into it to be completely honest. For me, it's going to be for the Vikings. Who's going to be that? Probably that third receiver, and who's going to be able to fulfill Jordan Addison's role when he's on suspension here? I mean, when I think of dark horses to make the roster, I mean Rondale Moore is the one that really sticks out in my mind that is going through training camp with the Vikings right now. Just because we saw what he did when he was healthy in college, and I mean he was a definite game changer, and I feel like I mean he could do the same thing in the NFL, throwing him around guys like Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, and a quarterback or an offensive whisperer in KOC, and I think there could be some really good things there.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely bright spots and like definitely a skilled impact player in that offense to maybe pick up some of that production when Jordan Addison is out. But I don't know. I think another story I'm going to look at is Trey Hendrickson and the Bengals.
Ooh,
And we
yes.
finally saw we finally saw TJ Watt get paid and he's now the highest AAV for non-quarterback in the NFL.
Mhm.
So he's sitting pretty good. So it's like now Trey Hendrickson, he just posted that he's in Florida, so that's not Cincinnati, Ohio.
No.
So I think it's looking really, really bad, that situation. Like Mike Brown finally spoke, like, and then he also made the Shador Stewart incident maybe a little worse. He said like he doesn't want to pay his guys if they spend serious jail time, which whatever. I think that's an inside thought.
Mhm.
But it is what it is. Like Jerry Jones is sticking his foot in his mouth again, talking about Micah Parsons and
Yep.
Dak Prescott. You got a two
Yeah.
for one insult out there
Unfortunately.
for Jerry Jones. I don't know. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over Jerry Jones tonight.
No, I'm not gonna either. And
No.
he built Jerry World, beautiful facility, but I just don't know if the Cowboys are gonna do it with him calling the shots there.
I saw something very interesting, and I forget who said it, and I'd like to give credit to them if I'd ever figured it out, but what do you think if the football gods came down to Jerry Jones and said, "We'll give you the '90s era Cowboys back now. You just can't hold another press conference." Would he do it?
I don't think he would.
No, I think he
I think
can't.
he likes the spotlight too much.
Yeah, and I think there's a reason why the '90s Cowboys didn't last. Only won three, and like Jerry put them together, but he also kind of took them apart and like the glue that held it together.
Mhm.
But I'm not worth $14 billion, so he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah. He could buy our houses if he wanted, and he wouldn't even notice. So
Oh, no, definitely not. But Alton, you got a little bit of a town ball update for us?
yeah, so unfortunately, our good friend Luke Reuter and his ball club, the Norway Lake Lakers of Sunberg, after having a great regular season for the County Line League, winning the league outright, I guess you could say, they unfortunately could not carry that success over through the playoffs. They ended up finishing, what was it, 2-2, one and two,
They got a bye in the first round, so 1-2.
1-2, and unfortunately will not be advancing to the region tournament for a shot to advance into the state tournament. Unfortunately, the county line that was a very tough league this year. A lot of very good players in there. Reuter kind of told us, you can't. That day when we went and saw them play Starbuck, and they ended up beating Austin Versteg. He said, you can't really count on Jared Cortez hitting a home run over the right field fence that day, and Wes and Jardy throwing, what was it, 6 innings of shutout ball, and
Had to save Luke after average start.
right.
No, I think yeah, it's a tough league and like I don't know, they kind of with the shifting now they only had three teams move on instead of they usually get four.
Mhm.
So and Norway Lake finished fourth. So they're just in a
Tough spot there.
tough spot. And it was like it was pretty consistent 1 through 5 in that league. And then there was a
Yeah,
sixth team.
yeah.
But they were all like together. It was a wide open playoffs going in. Luke told us that, and I think it's interested to see because I could see whoever comes out of this making a deep run not only in regionals but into the state tournament.
You kind of said it best there. And that area, I mean, it's almost like they kind of beat up on each other there during the regular season there, and that's the beauty of these tougher leagues is, you know, you might have a 500 record in league play and or overall, but you're playing teams that are very, very tough and would be winning a lot of other leagues. And you get to the state tournament and of course every team's going to be good because they made the state tournament, but you know, there's there might be a difference in, oh, this team won their region. Well, we took third in ours and we just took it to them. So,
Right, and I think another interesting aspect of town ball is I think like a lot of teams that have been good maybe are having down years. Like Atwater went 0-2 in this region. Usually they've won it the past how many years?
hmm
Like a team Nisswa has been having a down year up by you, and I think it's interesting the new format too. They like reclassified a lot of teams, which I think was good for town ball and like brings more excitement and probably places teams maybe where they should be placed class
right.
wise. So I think it's good and like it's going to be an eventful state tournament.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to following it. And I can't remember where the state tournament is this coming summer, this August here.
Oh,
And I'll definitely be tuning in. Rick Grammond with the You Are There Sports does a lot of the Victory League stuff up by me. So Rick does a great job doing all that play-by-play. And I mean, I tune in. I always tune in to listen to Rick, and he'll be covering both B and C for the regions up here. So I'm looking forward to listen to him. And I actually made my way out on Sunday to a Victory League game here in Nisswa. Nisswa took on or the Nisswa Lightning took on the Sobieski Skis, two powers, and yeah, Sobieski won. I believe they won Class C a few years ago. They ended up moved up to B, and it's been a little tougher for them, but they're still a very quality team. And this one beat two really good ball clubs the days prior in Avon and Buckman. And this one, Buckman, they have a little rivalry going right now. I mean, this one ended up beating them, in the state finals a couple years ago. Buckman got the best of them they've gotten the best of them the last few years here. Now they're both in Class B. And this one got the best of them the other night. Um, uh, but yeah, so I mean that's where we brings us into my local legend for the week here is from Sobieski, Bo Toma, currently a Bemidji State player, actually.
Dalton, Bemidji State baseball is good as Bemidji State football.
Unfortunately, no, hey, it's college baseball regardless. I mean, Bo, I mean, truly feel like he's probably an anomaly on that team, just because. I mean, when he stepped up to the plate the other night, you could tell there was something different about his swing. He had a little swagger to him. He ended up hitting a ball off the roof of the old pickle factory in Nesswa, which is a bar located behind the center field fence. And it was let's just say it was a moonshot. And you knew that ball was gone off the bat. The people sitting out behind the center field fence on the patio of the pickle were, holy cow, yeah. I mean, it sounded different off the bat, like I said. And yeah, there's no doubt about it. Toma ended up going 4 for 5 in that game with a home run and a double, leading the Sobieski Skis to a 5-2 victory over the Nisswa Lightning. Nisswa, I kind of feel like they kind of got the short arm of a few key calls early in the game that end up resulting in Sobieski runs. That's going to happen. Not everything's going to go your way in baseball, but I was really impressed by Sobieski. Good pitching performance. I can't remember who was throwing for him, but they came ready to swing the bats and played a little small ball. And Sobieski, I mean, that's a good win for him. I was impressed.
Yeah, I think that's the sign of a true power hitter is like you hear power hitters. You can like see it off the bat, but you can also like hear it. It just sounds different.
hmm
So it's like, yeah. And like you see a lot more of those in town ball than you would think, especially with like the wood bats.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's plenty of pop if you find it. Like,
Mm. Well, and I mean, that pitcher for Neshua too. I mean, he was throwing it pretty good too, and he was, probably mid to low 80s, and he was bringing some. You I was sitting behind a home plate there, and Neshua seating isn't very expansive, so you can almost sit right on top of the field. It seems like, but his pitchers had plenty of movement, and I believe it was Keaton Lingenfelter. He plays at Dakota State or Dakota Community Technical College there, so definitely not a slouch. And when he told him to hit that ball though, everybody knew that baby was gone.
yeah, I mean, that's true power hitters right there. And I don't know. I think that's a good choice for local legend. I think that's the true essence of what the local legend should be too.
Yeah.
Like,
I was kind of thinking of it here, and I saw a legendary performance right before my very eyes. Yeah, shout out to Bo Toma.
yeah. Could have maybe gotten an interview after him, let him know he won it. Like, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
That would be a fun little exercise for maybe if we ever get to see it in the future and just could tell, like, yeah, that's legendary worthy.
shout out to Sobieski Skis and getting her done too. Well, as we think about wrapping up this episode, huh?
Yeah,
We
I think it's time.
kind of threw a lot at you. I mean, we're very tired, and we ended up filming it a lot later tonight than we would have liked, with our bizarre work schedules. Hopefully we'll get Rooter back on here next week. He'll dig us a little more in depth to town ball. It's almost 11 o'clock here, and I'm ready to hit the hay. I'm sure as Max is as well. So,
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely going straight to bed after this.
we appreciate you guys tuning in, low, and
But you know what, Dalton, I'm excited to film some content in St. Louis with you. I'm not sure what that looks like yet, but I
yeah,
know
I
we're
mean,
gonna film at least something. We gotta
yeah,
at least have something for the viewers. Uh,
yeah. Maybe you guys might see some outtakes or some videos or pictures or something like that of us doing guy things in
yeah,
St. Louis, and maybe one of us ends up in a jail cell. Hopefully not.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
eh,
'cause
if it's one of us, I hope it's both of us.
well, there's a guy I work with that says, everybody could use at least one night in jail. And I looked at him and said, "You're on crack."
Is
But
that what you did jail time for?
no, he actually got a Dewey, so
Bats.
which
Are you
that'll
truly
do
a
it.
Minnesotan if you haven't done that?
That is a very valid point.
Or at least know somebody who's done that?
I know multiple people.
Yeah, I think that kind of proves my point.
Small town Minnesota for you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in to this week's episode, and we will see you next week for episode 10, the Big Ten. Ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed day and week, month, end of the month. Any final words?
Have a blessed eternity.
Amen. Appreciate it, everybody. Peace out.